Midima futi yasi, mini ya rewo biye. Midima futi yasi, minti ni suwe biye. Midima futi yasi, mini ya rewo biye. Midima futi yasi, minti ni suwe biye. Kafe na mehuse, midima funo neni kumi huo. Mini ya rewo biye, minti ni suwo biye. Afe na mehuse, midima funo neni kumi huo. Mini ya rewo biye, minti ni suwo biye. Eri asini muwa di duduo nyinara ye, mitifu ono dia. Adenti no dishiye, mameti wo midi ya rewo yi. Mifrijidi mu bebe makanse minyo yeni webiye vise mi we radia adina wamio Iri asini mu adidudu nyinara ye mitifu ono dia adenti no dishiye pameti wo midia ruhuoyi Mifrijidi mu bebe makanse minyo yeni webiye vise mi we radia adina wamio wami vise ma jinkwa jinkwa nu wami ajinkwa Yesu wami meso me wanu Ajinkwa Yesu wami meso me wanu na se mi we wuradia why no betumi kura obetumi ajimi efri nsem misi yesimu obiara ni ho Ajinkwa Yesu wami meso me wanu Ajinkwa Yesu wami meso me wanu na se mi we wuradia why no betumi kura obetumi ajimi efri nsem misi yesimu obiara ni ho fise ma jinkwa jinkwa nu wami fise ma jinkwa jinkwa nu wami
Rijidi muye dishio mifrijidi muye dishio odi mahincho beshe mi debiwai odi na hincho beshe mi debiwai na se mi wo Yesu wa eni na mi wo adinyina
Asuni muni yemanyinara Majikwa no diyawai Asasini suni yemanyinara Majikwa no diyawai Nesesani yemanyina Wamidi mafono diya Eni enami yadishia Adenti na miti wamidi mihuwa huo Zadi yemi sumbie Vise majikwa Ajikwa omio Vise majinkwa Ajikwa omio, wami wami. Asuni muni yama nyinara, ajikwa no diyawai. Asasini suni yama nyinara, ajikwa no diyawai. Nasasani yama nyina wamidi mafuno diya. Eni enami yedishia, adenti na miti wamidi mihuwa huwa. Sadi yemi sobiye, vise majinkwa, ajikwa omio. Se majinkwa ajikwa omio wami wami Yewodi mafuwa kesi yebi yewodi meni wodi machi wodi mikobata Miwodi mafuwa kesi yebi yewodi meni wodi machi wodi mikobata Medi firemo mefi baimo Mina yeimu, owa mi ho maida, medi firemo, mefi beimu, mina yeimu, oka mi hoda.
Fise majinkwa,
Wami wami,
jinkwa nu wami wami. Minya Yesu kisodi mi wadi ejina.
wami wami,
Ima sema miya. Miwa Yesu kisodi mi wadi ejina. Kama sema miya. Fise majinkwa.
wami wami,
Jinkwa nu wami wami.
Zaya
wami wami.
Morning diano so many
Eho na minyami
kwaji Kabri every morning diano so many
Eho na minyami kwaji
Semishe asemi wawa Yonya inu wawa Mahu tienu mimunoshi Betu mahantanyi negu Semishe asemi wawa Yonya inu wawa Mahu tienu mimunoshi Betu mahantanyi negu Minishi, minishi, minishi Betu mahantanyi negu Betu mahantanyi negu Minishi, minishi, minishi Betu mahantanyi negu
Yesu mikira majima Yesu midawasio Una udi umoja tomi Yesu midawasio umatambiano na menyama yarisa Yesu midawasio uwiseni ya menyangwa na menyano emurusu Yesu midawasio uwiseni ya menyangwa na menyano emurusu Yesu midawasio
Famikra, mira Yesu e famikra Famekura mira Yesu famekura Sawaji mi free born in kwasum di mabankwe de yasia Famekura majin papa Yesu famekura Sawaji mi free born in kwasum di mabankwe de yasia Famekura majin papa Yesu famekura kuma Jimmy kuma Jimmy kuma Jimmy kuma mi Jimmy kuma Beto mahantani degu Akuma boni yo Akuma kuprotu Sekura Yesu Beto mahantani degu Sadia chimi biebwa ayeyido ena sejo nametwa meradi mayewa sewenya mimo anshemata fonsa Sehaya to me dear Midera Jasio Sadia Chimi Biewa Ayehijo Ena Sejo Nametwa Meradi Sewenya mimo Anshemata fonsa Sehaya to me biewa Midera Jasu Kwendia Susan Wajimi Krapini Sen We make me assassin so Naswera diampini Elete jema dambo gemwa Yemo jadi wefrusani Seheya tumi biemwa Midera diaso Nenyanu sedi amenye Bidaya wa sorry Kanyasa miti nisineno Adumbina buradum so Nama miti sedi amiti Sehaya tu bibimwa Midera Jasio Enye penny now Nenyano sedi amenye Obidaya wa sorry Enye se mitinisino Adombina burandum so Nama miti sedi amiti Sehaya tu bibimwa Midera Jasu Nenyanu sedi amenye
Midaya was sorry. And yes, I meet in this and no. I don't mean a brother so. Nama miti seni amiti. Say I to me be one. Midera diasio.
Amen, amen, amen. Ampa se ehanya to ye biuma ye da nyankopon ase. Ye da mo ase pa ampa mo cho mo betimi. Nyame nhyamo. Good evening. Those of you in the auditorium and you were online, you are all welcome to this evening's lecture. I hope your day was good. Mine was good, and I'm sure yours too was good. Yesterday we learned a lot. We learned about the bitter truth about sugar. The day before we learned about our heart health. Today we are going to learn about why we should sleep. We thank God for all these lectures. We thank God for all these beautiful messages. We will start with a prayer. Yebe prayer Elder Che no one abompaye. After ye Elder bompaye, yebema ye Sister Amanda Mayen solo. Then you're welcome Dr. Yeboah no ne ashase.
I'm Mayen bompaye. Nane nyame anwumre yeda wase. Sa wo hwe yen kwa ene yakra so bra ye ko ye nwuma horo so. Ebinom so etutu akwan Yehowa wodin ti wodo nyina kodru abi omoko. Anwumre nso ye beto adwumade a ye hya ase na no kwase da yeso. Se nipa betimi asom mo yie anya hoɔden a na wo wapomoden. Enti anwumre ye de dwumade ebedi nyina hye wo nsa. Yato yan safre afoforo so metie. Ebinom online etie yen, binom so asori da mu ha. Edi nyina ye ho hye wo nsa. Bi ya dwene mu na ma yente ase wo ne opanye be kyerɛkyerɛ ye mu. Afia de Dr. Paul Yeboah hye wo nsa. Se de oma na hoɔden a wo kyerɛkyerɛ ye no. Onim de mo. Enenso de ma yente ase. Yentu ho anamo na nhye wodin animonyam. Na se yenkwa ekura ye ne a ye wade nyina. Asidanka wodin Yehowa se wate empire bo Yesu de muti. Amen.
Amen. nyame na ɔse wodie jemidi onipa kaime ɔse yɛnkae no. Yes, Sister Amanda Nyamin Shao. The next voice we'll hear will be Dr. Paul Yeboah. We'll have a few minutes after his presentation for questions. If you have questions, just jot them down. Those online, to keep them in the chat box, and you'll be willing to answer all. Nyamin Shao, as we listen. Dr. Paul Yeboah, good evening from Ghana. We are ready.
Abusifo nyinaa so yɛ mama adwo.
Yeja.
Area no dɔɔso kakra nti yɛbɛtu mmirika. Ba yɛbɛbɔ mmɔden ase yɛbɛgya bere towards the end. Na biribi kyerɛ no so wɔatumi abisa. I'd like to take about 10 minutes to review the 2 days presentation. The first day, Sunday, we started with a quote from Ellen G. White: perfect health depends upon perfect circulation. The church Musa Yentino line a home free pano and a Mayan Quanina survival. Yamade in Kumbia fam, the Nura fam, aye bribiada, send a mojana betimia famuboko. Lord vessels are. Woyemuno is about 100,000 miles. So long as you will get perfect health. Yesuya nema etime blokono na fire de ahodo bebre de brain. Ebi ne ehwe se cholesterol na ne ya pa ne se yemma minum na saa koma yade no ate asi wo no so. E ko more chen member. 71% of them enya symptom bia kire se ne koko ya na ne koko ma bono pare ba hwe prem twakum no atwahe no wu. E ko member no so de na circulation-related diseases we talked about was high blood pressure. Every third person walking in the soil of Ghana has a high blood pressure, the highest in the whole continent of Africa. We don't know why yet. And worldwide, 1.5 billion people have this disease, and it's a silent killer. We explain things that cause the blood pressure to go up. And we mentioned that if you're systolic, the top number is more than 120, then you are prehypertensive. The best one should always be under 120. Previously, we used to think that 100 plus your age is acceptable. Therefore, if you're 160, if you're 65 years old, 165 is acceptable. Today, several people are getting stroke when the systolic is 130. And we need to do something about it. These are the normal figures we gave last Sunday. Any systolic pressure of less than 120 is normal. If yours is above 120, it's elevated blood pressure. If it's 130 to 139, you're stage 1 high blood pressure. But I can assure you, if we were to screen the church members, more than half will have high blood pressure over 140. We did that in one of our camp meetings here. Out of every 10 people, 7 had high blood pressure. Ghanaians have a lot of high blood pressure, and the statistics that was done in Ghana, I quoted that. The Ashanti region, the Eastern region, the Volta region, and the Western region tend to have the highest in the whole country. And the Southern is 65% of the people in Ghana don't even know they have high blood pressure until they fall down dead. If you take 100 people, only 22 in Ghana are on treatment. The rest are waiting to die. And out of the 22 who are taking medication, if you take 100 people in Ghana who are taking on the medications, only 6. It's under control. The statistics don't look good. These are things that are risk factors. If you're obese, you can have high blood pressure. Dietary problems, sedentary, sitting down still and not doing anything, or smoking. But obesity is a bad one, and especially the men. When they put the weight on the stomach, it is a dangerous sign. Adding salt or Kobe, if you are hypertensive, maybe you will need to minimize that or stay away, and then reduce stress. We gave Dr. Richard's example. Men should be mindful to encourage the people at home, the children, the wives, the relatives, rather than to stress them out, give them hope. Also turning towards the fast foods, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, destroyed Japan and China. They never used to eat those food until it was introduced there. And now they are dying like flies. And if Ghana does not limit the eating of these things, we too will die. We talked about stroke, the symptoms of stroke. How do you know you're coming down with a stroke? Your face will begin to droop. Remember the first sign, facial drooping. Your arms will be weak. You can't lift them up. Your speech will be slurred. And then numbness and blurred vision. See a drooping face here as you're looking at. See how the hands are, don't wait until it gets pretty bad. And I'm sure most of you have seen several stroke patients. Strong men's life being brought to a standstill. You had 2 choices, either depend on medications that is not going to help you. So long as near cause high blood pressure and running effective be and tinano near the side drawing each ray. What happens you go from now paper from her, which is easier to turn the tap off and don't have to mop the floor. And now say, mansion on run. Yes, Ramoya ma opinion quay free England the bachelor say. Well, can be a very, very powerful. So I made up my mind. That's the idea we me man made him so. Instead so about drone with a systolic of 200. We decided to obey lifestyle changes. David Khan, a wise person foresees the danger ahead and takes precaution. The foolish goes blindly on and suffers the consequence. On one actually from 200, systolic is only 107. My said, yes, we make up our mind, they say, we will overcome this. Then no pana won't see family de akure neuro 100. Yeah, ma wo or catch a beetroot juice, no me lentil biania nama nasa oil ni mukurana. Sarana pa ubunsia shieno de lemon agum, garlic, ayam beagum, turmeric, cayenne pepper, a qua no shiena kakra from na black pepper na ginger. And what was no ya say. Was it from? And the animal seeing the danger of these blood vessel diseases, how to treat it. Reason Ben yawo. See koso ayare. Ono anya memoir and my make a decision. And Nora, yeah, discussing near my cacrebia, me pese, me bonnet. When you say, a man, yeah, mamma, move more. If you say one caloric consumption, no, you're high. When you say, Mudu do one free soft drinks. Ufa, orange, nasa Fanta, glass of the siwa. Sucrose ne woman 2 molecules, back 120 calories, no. The most 60 a fructose, the most 60 a glucose. Glucose no co buama body, it means yeah, be any energy, be a petty set car petrol anymore. Now they're gumo. But fructose no dear, it goes straight into the liver. Na nuna a cause of problems are who doing yes enzyme endothelial nitric oxide synthase yeah a my blood vessels and relax my blood pressure buffer would the orange juice ya na say Sprite and Coca-Cola and Pepsi Cola no be good numpe sa enzyme na copy per free ho enti. So, obenom blood pressure draw bucket in macora, so long as I would drink a soft drinks, 90 million. The best say a bit too one among. The timmy hunui, uric acid in near my timmy bar, and high blood pressure, and run yes, should I say, and I'm saying, I may say, my daughter won't nip a monkey. Now, just would you dear and son when you're holding, yeah, catch a muscle and talk rubid the ho. What they call microscope, I say, I send a catcher, my city. And one kitten kitty and took room her honor one fear war, the beer. Set Ufa a hand beer the 2 1 so worry. Say a vegetable, say a fruit, and I said, nitrate, yeah, a woman, her manager free, we are mono. And one dimly cut converting into nitrites. And son 1 minute. Dear, yes, over we so will be an no check a cram or mania pine, a conversion. No? So one converting it to nitrites are a call your friend to me, you may be. Now we send a could do one more, could do we are more. And one of honors are converting nitrites into nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide, no. Adia ya ne ya de chiramu earlier no nura say heart attack no cholesterol there 10% per 90% ni na a lining of the endothelium no neti na wuntini no a moja nam no atia the first layer no atia moja betu egumusa asani ya muhwe na ye 90% of all the heart attack no Sadia na edeba. Tinraya cancer, so 1% heart attack. But modern say, obeying her hamba. One about 5 to 10 minutes. Now with the balsam and vinegar gusu. To me, we are not we are be a strengthen and the healing. And that man and Tedda. Now obey a heart attack proof. And run so yes, I can't be said. And we are near a number one say animal source, we are not so. A course, carnitine, lecithin. A dear yarn say a converted, dangerous idea, the cell wounding, perfect health depends on perfect circulation. And in that boy, a say wounding. And he a more modern say. It may some changes. And run on non-compensatory side, dear ban and pessoal. Situate ya dear pass and is damage the pageant and it and say parents no modern says or ya quara uncofa Fanta and I say Coca-Cola and I say refined the sugars maybe and farm man. You can't call it covered so once. Now, your children say, se basa no a ohia so ko hospital isolate ho na nom so bolonum na nom enura ya listi aboa iodine fa hunim na gargle to lower the viral load. Vitamin D, vitamin C, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, very powerful and kakadro or zinc. Ababuapi. Juma covertini ya na say AC kwani. But modern aso be punadro. Sure. No, I keep you airways clear. And be dosona kakra. And then Monfin and Semikotobo could be Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep. Now, very interesting. And then near me, ye be swinging in a mudu no Africa and a buy. Guinness World Record. Obia peso ye bribia, we are saying, didn't come ye man acquaint just a dear barcope. A dear barcon and say, who sleep. And then dear one more man quite. And saying a branch of free Austria. Or fire play, it will be the Koya beyond your galaxy, ya dear. Ya sassy, second noche, or what actually, and no free moon, so the parachute to be from. The first man to break the sound barrier. So one to me and Romuya, go by a satellite, no chas as a hunchiasa or be woo. Yeah, when you be currency. And so Guinness World Record man acquiring, fortunately, with new run. But so obese, yet a set a record for sleeping there. Guinness World Record of Marquand, if he said, so will be a na 1 hour will you sleeper affected. System biada a one body. Nanona ne ye bobo bosukakra. So one na dear damage in me or heart. Few months ago in ya daylight savings time or bruchra. Onum pushu clock no coin, a born opinion, I say a born nonson. Die a bet push your clock on in 1 day, 1 hour. No? The next day, nipe nya heart attack. Ya won a cost 24%. All because it said one man lose 1 hour sleep. A drew autumn. Now you push your clock on the back, so. Nipa. One heart attack and it may reduce by 21%. 1 hour loss of sleep. This is the damage here. It may wear a heart so. The whole world, 24% of the people are one heart attack to move. One day no I move clock on the forward. Yes, your case now the cocoa. The same case in the judge, no 10 times punishment. Do some now the cocoa and find what day no, you move clock on the forward because it's a judges, I lose sleep 1 hour. Be better on meeting. Nipa we are seeing see a move clock on forward 1 hour, suicide, a cost of baby, car accident, dear Fanaqua. All because you say. Nipa lose 1 hour sleep. Now, blood pressure there, uncontrollable, need stroke. And now we idea and who want for so be. Say, oh, be seen bribi, who be seen contact, who be seen history. Na say one not enough 7 to 8 hours. Won't me hit it save button or be an computer, which watch on your bachelor in I na one hit it save an ira. So one to me and that's 6 to 7 hours. Now who's there? First, no one to me stable and fan to memory bank. Ya junin ya chiche. Ye tim mau kasan ye tim mau to you near Mount Nadia and a bank ya usua de a wode kogumo wan fa sika nkoto bank na ko gina ho sa wo chro check a obetimi a chro check bi a ope Absa bank ema kapre kora you need 6, 7 to 8 hours sleep and son what maintain a day baby what me I remember baby man saying state of Minnesota yeah one so bi wo ha free secondary school ko university and now take a friend SAT so when your school papa mo akwa ejina senior SAT score no sitie perfect score yes 1700 Minnesota state ni nyina one average year 1250 and now one decide say one between school corner akoyechi and no past 7 na nkwara no adu school down the just was sorry no nsia CSC no ho kwachire boss ansa na wako school no one see the back 8 then following year one measure SAT score no and I'm so one minya 1 hour extra did die you know SAT score say state of Minnesota a year 1500 SAT no so when you 1500 to 1600 university via work on full scholarship na no me na back when you 81,000 a year yeah what they call school say a better or Harvard or Yale or any of the Ivy League school no it's na SAT score no so 1 hour sleep a timia buan kwara na ma won ma retain ye won musuaye before SAT no won me 1250 somewhere in this 1 hour extra de ma won a shoot you so high 212 na become 1500 about 10 year wo ha sa wo won kwara for modern ma won mo kodantem early to bed, early to rise will make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. 1 hour extra now, one the man quarana dying. One mo school and quarano and tanko kumbasa basa sakanena. I feel one my friend, they play truants or school, one time at school. I know brassy pa my measure. And the psychological problems in a psychiatric referral, and so a co-family brain. Yene I am my school. Here, see Yakwai, my one more at least 7 to 8 hours. Being 7 to 8 hours here. And Quarani day to midda more, if we say. When they are studying, no matter what they will study, unless they get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, they cannot hit the save button. They may remember few bits and pieces, but they cannot encode. That's what the science say. Just by sleeping 1 hour early or late, the life expectancy of all the high schoolers went way up. What do you mean by life expectancy? When some student loses 1 hour sleep and he's driving to school, if he gets involved in accidents, it's 10 times worse than a drunken person. Near Waboron Sadia or Kwa whom said Diana Wohoi, but a reaction and a yes slow and I'm alcohol into. Waiting breaking what 10 no what they are called Diana so a move on cover. But if a student loses 1 hour sleep, one accident in a much worse than alcoholics. If he's a one a day, wada and walk 60, 70 miles per hour. The head-on collision accidents are more deadly saa adeɛ nyinaa wɔnam measure. The less they sleep, the more deadly accidents. Head on. What is the enemy? Nsuwada. Getting 1 hour sleep extra increase their life expectancy. Loss of sleep and learning. Usua bribia. If a top class first students, one may be first in kwa ya sharp. One group of the students, they were divided into 2 groups. One group slept for 6, 7, 8 hours straight. Another group was kept awake all night long. The next day, they put them through the CT scan to measure how their brain works and how they can absorb new learning. It is amazing. They lost 40%, those who stayed up all night long and did not sleep, could not learn new things. 40%. Deep in the brain, there are 2 structures on either side of your head. It's called hippocampus. That is the memory bank. You see the hippocampus light up. That is where you learn new things. When you stay up all night long and lose sleep, 8 hours, this is what the hippocampus does. It shuts out. Everything you will learn bounces on the door and bounce back. Those who had good sleep and those who had poor sleep. Sometimes some students will say, we stayed up all night and studied. They are not absorbing anything because they cannot encode or put things in the memory bank because the hippocampus closes the door. And no new learning gets through. Sleep deprivation shuts down hippocampus, blocks any new learning. That's the studies that has been found in the scientific world. Every new learning bounces back. It is better to go to bed early. That's why Ellen G. White says, early to bed, early to rise will make you healthy. It will make you wealthy. You will make intelligent business decisions and it will make you wise. You need sleep before and after learning. Need 7 to 8 hours sleep to hit the save button. Need same to prepare the brain for new learning. Studies after studies have been done. Electrodes in the to measure the brain waves as you will learn. The higher the amplitude, the more circulation that is going on in the brain, the more you are learning. One more far, go for one more as repair all night long to measure their brain waves, every part of the brain. Now, picture them who said the brain is very nourished with the blood vessels. Every centimeter there is a blood circulation. Senti who say, "Opa will beat him now the lectures you to know what." Who can say, flip your fingers out. The part of the brain are you responsible for flipping fingers, you know? Now I light up. Who can say bunkunta 3 plus 3 is 6. The part of the brain that is responsible for bunkunta now light. Who can say to nyum part of the brain to yetimi mapo brain of and as a scientist can do that. Etimi hunu say. So many panada no what me rest 7 to 8 hours. Amplitude is very high. The chances are so betting I remember. The tia and say A little bed, a little rice will make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Kodantem. Nonsia, nonson, nonwotwe, na nkwadaa no nyinaa akɔda. Wɔnom sɔre anɔpa 4 a.m. koraa no, the brain is ready to function. Na ebetumi ama wɔnom anya new learning. Where sleep is abundant, the mind flourishes. Na sɛ yɛhunu saa adeɛ di a, ada na Ghana yɛha nkwadaa no adwene, yɛma wɔnom nda. Ɛnnɛ cell phones aba no, wode akwadaa no sɛ kɔda wo dam na wɔde charger kɔ ne dam mu a, ma wɔmfa charger no mmɛsi wo dam na wɔn charge ne phone no wɔ wo dam, adeɛ kye a na wode ama no. Bi sɛ wɔda so wɔ secondary school a, internet ne YouTube no nti, wakɔhyɛ ne dam nso wɔnna da. Nkwadaa no bi bɛtaxi ama adeɛ akye sɛ ewia. Wɔkɔtena school dam so a, na n'ani kɔ. Momma yɛn parents mmɔ mmɔden sɛ, nneɛma a yɛsua no this week yi, yɛbɛbɔ mmɔden te sɛ nea panin kɔ kaeɛ no. Na yɛmma adwene sɛ memma saa yɛde ɛwɔ enyim nso nkɔni. Yɛbɛboa nkwadaa no ama wɔn adesua ayɛ mmerɛ. Ellen G. White Troy Sassy will say, I know from the testimony, made a man from time to time, once, for people, for brain workers, that sleep is worth far more than after midnight. 2 hours good sleep before midnight is worth more than 4 hours after midnight. Mami White under inspiration and the kai. So nyame they are many times as I'm van country as a for me. So that early 2 hours before midnight, 3 hours before midnight. A ye chance that 4 hours after midnight. Sentini say. That over 90 minutes from level 1 of sleep. Kopun Sobako all the way to the 4th level of sleep, which is level 2, level 3. Now wasaba level 2. Level 2 no science for friend REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. Nanom say kan wasn't. Unsa korana dansuna na nikusiano move back and forth. Bibiada akwarana tie adwuma wote ye bia kasa wote ye ntiatia mu a wote ye ni nyina ko memory bank eno ntine na nekusua na ichini ni brain mu sa scan bibia sa REM sleep no sa wanya sa REM sleep no a wo encode enye ye Anyama wosua with the koto memory bank enye. So one fasikaso and koto bank, you cannot go there to recall and also remember. Nkwarade agrona ye wote. Important say under inspiration from the light and testimony given to me by God. 2 hours sleep before midnight. Is worse than sleeping 4 hours after midnight. Dr. Walker, no more who say, at the senior will transfer files, diakogu baby, na unia wakofa or computer. So you was short-term memory, long-term memory, and immediate memory. So kaka na okrabi bechomwa. You remember enough with our cran nature intensity and uncle Benkuma and any fanama kumkran. 2 years from now, Wokra won't kaisa what driver was our street in Sudan. I know your short-term memory I won't hear. Nasa Woko school near geometry, geography. You want to transfer that information into a long-term memory. Yeah, Bebwa say Woko ye wire in so here obeti me akai. going to bed early and securing 7 to 8 hours sleep makes a whole lot of difference. Yes, sir. Guinness World Record is one penny more be and city peda. If you say a best say Nippon system biada, they are more dangerous. It's chance of free helicopter mutua watching abesi from sleep, loss of sleep, and emotions. Amygdala, part of the brain, be high friend amygdala. So we lose to sleep one day. Oh, he has to sleep for 4 hours. Now we 8 hours. Now we sleep for 4 hours. Amygdala no, I have to send you about them. Amygdala no na sujako no. Well, I'm casting another picture. Yeah, clearly. At the set hippocampus no pepper. So we'll be lose bare 2 hours sleep now. Dear Chiano pa. The brain team calm down, money reasonable is reduced by 40%. The asthma worker and year before cry was what they want asthma. No one want what asthma, but it's because of loss of sleep. In Kanka and Mana, 1 to me 100 a year, papa. Would you grow in Sabenu Hinamusa? And to just say, yeah, man, yet to us here, and as a man, so yet to us here, loss of sleep. And what be brave. Spouses be brave. And sour, the tune either common was adding in Sacrona son a minute, no chokuno. All because you said, why not enough sleep that night? Texas forces the or prepares no their health because it's in the bofu. Loss of sleep, but beer emotions no dear. Intimate handle no cry. A difficult. Sleep and reproductive system. So we lose sleep for 5 hours. Sleep. So won't that 5 hours instead of 7 hours or 8 hours in one. Or testosterone. Hormone a team mo ye bemba. A team boa ma kwakwanso. A team reduce to say will be a 70 years old. For by 10 years. It is a way for 30 years old. Now one time not enough for testosterone new ability to behave as a man. Testosterone yes kwanso nkona odekoro. Ne boa ma di ye bemba prim. It is will be a way 40. What the 40 so it is will be a way 60. Ne do kosa. And ha and mass the same. Lack of sleep and increased appetite. And insulin uptake for loss of sleep and tea. And manipa de dibebre. But hen why to fool. No was certain up for more serious problem. Abruchre, one my airport farm over 40 days. See a tukusiana kukona tukusiana to what? Yeah, wakukobano or just 40 days. Sa akukonu benyini no adano krokro kasi no adano akosto akot kono. Fiso wonye dia ne odeba manadi for 2 months and 3 months and then ka ho. Nti wonum sripe. Baby a won dane fie ni. No one de wire atwa ho nyina hia alarm clock. Kokona ni yes e ko sign pe no won ma bo alarm clock no won ma bobirim no won ma frase edidi won mu nua ne nchense the more no obedidi and the more no wo yekesi if it's only 40 days necessary won yin fra kokoba to akoko pan ni ya sesi ekokono na won man fasika ni nyina ankoto aduane aman kokono ni ntinkokono nda day or night. No one is a one mudidi. San and nipa so lose sleep no. A timmy hano or and loss of sleep and the immune system. And Ramit is a health and temperance secretary, no kase. Mubaba saw them na moabeji COVID test in Yaman. Sa test na demand said the night before one na unya effective papabia huebe 50% of antibodies in India tia one mobile injection. When yaman abrusukra na ye 40%, a yes or being a good night's sleep and sanwaba. NK cells, your immune system now suja phone na one mumpany for no back on natural killer cells, sani friend NK cell. Onon kwani soja niya white cell or nam ye body mo ho on mudia niya basa. On muhuni say cell ye da way covet ya bishim. Anasa cancer bishim. Bra soja for can be anti X-ray vision. No was initiating near maybe I'm ya cochino kuno. Kra and sana amaya dear no aka wato. One whom ye useful pa. Ye ma maybe die just 4 hours a pet instead so but dash pancroma sorry NK cells in your man da 4 hours. Adechi any measure an NK cell a drop by 70%. This is what call baby na will be the cancer cell no sign no uncle with cancer. Will be ball wagoon so if you say just 4 hours sleep, loss of 4 hours sleep. It may lose your NK cells by 70%. Abajim Ranwa near Chicago. No? David Gozal or Chilade or University of Chicago, or your research here, it was very, very interesting. Watching Kura mouse and no kofa cancer, no de inject or no machi. I know ma won't be any day, you don't go caging be beer, couldn't hear beer or the ma one. But difference our and say. One group of rats there would jar one of my one die. Another group of rats is also one pet. Senkura that 5 hours there, or my 1 2 hours. One that 10 hours or my 1 5 hours. Half of what the sleep that they needed. Nkurani in ye no kumu no measure cancer no or they are come kuranu. One may die one cancer na ye kete. One may lose sleep no cancer na a metastasize. Yeah, ye cancer stage 4. Say war cancer na metastasis bamwa. Doctor say a young who she any. What me who say cancer in me union way switching away, but worst of all is a way through stage 4. And so the same day, and the infected one me union. The only difference is when me I can't die, when so the half of the time, and until World Health Organization, for I can say, shift work, one may kwana jujumano, and now say, one munya kwana, a probable carcinogen, a cancer causing agent. Wow, na papa, and you may watch on more time, what predisposed to cancer. And now all the medical, say, be one a timukayen. Kakrano, depression. What hona, what an insertion and numsa, one so one cause omra, one my one anxiety, PTSD, soja for one schizophrenia, mental disease, biada is linked to sleeping. One me nipa, one to me not papa, na fedi, aji, packing crane. DNA na make it me change you DNA crime or DNA ma wrong information to your own children na will lose sleep so and the worst hormones a woman cause tumor, cancer, cause inflammation, cause high cardiovascular disease, and that's a heart attack and a cause. Na hormones a boama immune system near strong a coffin. Loss of sleep is very, very, very important. Now it has become an epidemic. In Kanka Wabruchira had diagnosed the corona, but Ghana so our Ubahana a sorbidi a chunia besu featuring. One babo chunia to Bonasa, my dear, can say, yeah, Nancy, remember Ghana and come if repressive. Some monk cost up one, if you say. One hotel one, but one means a nipper one time hoina, one more cut one more lifespan down. Obisu subabo music here, Tieno, when if you are not just or 10 speaker no on Kakraka, who name faso, a bruchra hanka, Danon Kwako, the prison. Niaji won't feed you. I think it's we need to do something about it. 70% of people in the world don't get enough sleep. 1/3 get only 6 hours. You need 7 to 8 hours. 1 in 5 car crashes in the whole world is due to lack of sleep. 8 million actually fall asleep at the wheel. Kumasi nkra kwanswa car afiase fa ayena or kwa na dwene kura muato. There are a million crashes every year and 500,000 accidents are rehabilitated person. There's a lot of research going on to help people to sleep. And none yet done. You say painful be what few so baby says a name damn in that. Mamma back was a dahokram intimate relaxing. Mayan then. The binimba pessy babies as a question. A nino way and mamunya and nappy, baka crebia ubenian surface of a cora fat during the day or so. But Matthew Walker, one more year research be very interesting. One with the electrode to be a new nipatrini for the show brain. Now one more connected to electrode say Timmy Bois Martin relaxing. Those studies are getting very, very, very interesting. And also Bois dementia for. And that's to help people not to forget things. I'm a man cancer semi kakra, my campaign. I'm the last year making brain or onchrophobia, one by housekeeping. And I do walk or die, and the brain send the cells be my one with the bucket in prior be floor honina. Senia, and you may be a brain here during the day. Casa Wokai, near my Usia, Nantia or Nanti, any cells no ye, you know one with the border run out could grab onto me. It is only during deep sleep and the brain you team clean, sa garbage, you know. So one man cleaner, a timmy sa reabsorb, necessary with brain cells, you know. Brain cell, I'm going to say, yo. Wow. Garbage ibini. Beta amyloid, sano or no friend. Border ura. Anase tau blue ones. So brain cells are not true garbage no go up on tina 1 2 milika anko ho. Cells no be absorb bio. Na brain cells no intimi yejuma. Enti da wo be lose sleep no kai say wo brain yan hohoro mo so a ya de ahodo be brain be beta amyloid ni na tau ni nyina ye protein na de ye sa achichiri we pasa enti me manan nwene na say neurotransmission nkakra ulusu sleep over and over. Semo ma akwara no nkoda 7 to 8 hours. No ulusu na build up. brain no so nyame ahyehyɛ ne sɛ it's only when you have deep sleep na ɛtumi hohoro no ho hwɛ sɛ ɛsɛ brain transmission ne nyinaa na synapses ahodoɔ ne nyinaa asɛe instead sɛ nka ɛbɛyɛ sei no na ɛyɛ adwuma kamakama no sei na sɛ aduro woka asɛm kyerɛ no ana ne yerɛ fi ogyina hɔ no wabaa n'anim na wɔhwɛ wɔ saa afei ɛledi to Alzheimer's disease. Lack of sleep and mental health. It is the root cause of all mental diseases. So why not? When nyina obi anu ho utimi da hate. O da ho. Anso na na adwene no resi saa. Enti no sora no pa na wo kasa na ne awunka ekura obati obamu aka. Na yantu mirika ne krikiki kakra. Na yɛmfamra wie nye sɛ banyini wei wɔ bɛsɔre akɔ siesie ne ho akɔ adwuma akɔfa sika bɛfie da baatan ɛne yɛde kyɛn atoto akɔra yi a wakɔ akɔtena dua no ase ɛhwɛ ne sɛ ɛfiri sɛ wode ne kɔ fie a wɔbɛsɛe nneɛma a ɛwɔ hɔ nyinaa yɛmpoa no ebinom wɔ asalom ɛna wɔyi ne ba kamakama yi yɛankɛsɛ sɛ wɔkɔ office kɔyɛ adwuma de nyahoma agu ne nsa baatan nso ɛyɛ ne ya ɔde ne ba fie so ɛnyɛ yie na nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a yɛdi a anasɛ mmaata ne yɛ a ne nti a mepɛ sɛ mefa berɛ kakra kyerɛkyerɛ wɔ mu a ɛtumi ma yɛ mma nya saa mental conditions yi life biara firi egg mu na ɛba kosua mu akokɔ kosua na akokɔ bɛfiri mu nipa so wɔ nkosua life biara firi nkosua mu maame no kosua ni na bɛrima sperms ni wohunu sɛ sperms ni nyinaa de mirika kikikikiki nea ɔbɛwura egg no mu kane no ɔhete ne sɛ pan na biribiara happen to egg ni nyinaa obiara tiri bɔ mu a ɔntumi wura mu bio menu mmienu te afidie so na because sɛ millions of sperms a etumrika no wo na ɔdi first enti na yawo a wotu we miso menam di first on ma eba ni nyina 1 million menam di first if is ba ko wura mu a obi antimi wura mbio ni tiri pem no a na asamasa ni eni hia mu preko a at the same time a on ntimi at once say na ade ne tie sperm ni wodi ntiri wura mu se pe na asamasa and wura egg wura mu ana ni tiri no ate wayi ni konkonti ma no ato nkyɛn na egg no ani akohyia sperm no wɔde 23 chromosomes na ba maame so wɔ 23 na wɔ mu na ne mmienu abɛfuse together ɛna mohwe na twins a afrase na develop wɔ maame ne yam ye will be a friend identical twins are one say one genes nyina ye pepepe te say nipa baako fo bi biada way one genes no way will be na one ma cause problem was science pa say other na twins obia identical genes na baako nim ma na baako nim ma. Is it because you say aduane a yede ma won di let us assume so on me na tena fi kronti they ate together add na difference bamu is identical twins ya na won mo say na won studies na have been very interesting that identical twins ba ko call university dan ko graduate dan na ba ko akaso call prison dina ye den on ta adwene the same nkora won me ni dey from Australia on me ni nyina is they are married to one man na one ta ye niema together then ya one ma ko ye yesin ati hoy maami we one more Italy one nyina anya doctor's appointment ba ko ti kro ba ko so another one ti kro ba ko so hwen se one ta de ni nyina ye pe obia na ka kire obia say that way one identical twins the near maboma when me and so identical twins add then na one near different DNA causes are And then the befa britia actually and sunny upon. Is it the environment? Is it the genes? And I said it is something else. 1970s, and then you said it is something else. The science idea be a friend epigenetics. Randy Juttel from Duke University in the Hunia. What in Kurabi Guhona or Marwan idea, maybe we, Nebo, why young Kosoha. Or share genes, no, I say I can't say way 23, way 23. A co-nucleus no more. Can't it near so papa ye tentina? Where there was when yana papa hune, when yana papa any, when yana mammy this or that. Now, genes near strong. Canon is to say genes in a yes, but net dear who say a idea be a friend epigenetics above the genes. Epigenetics and then the catcher cell from the beginning say war cell way cocoya catrama, war coya boyre, war coya way, and send the genes I think express it. DNA strand in about 6 feet tall. So by DNA no more. And yasam ketwa. And so nyame de good nucleus. DNA strand away a 400,000 times bigger chain nucleus. Na ye den and young compound timid idea way by the thousands good gene more, good nucleus more, a yes so small, native fitty. A honey problem. Nucleus in a movie. Now, hope one fire, dear be a friend as sour. Histone. On Sasawa tilla for the pam near me, a man of water, is what the achichera hunsa. San and Yamedi chichri sa protein. And what they good nucleus. 6 feet of DNA strand in achichri. The problem, a caution is a to the be a now man achichra na miam and my dear Nibia many DNT. A miamu say or asawan hunwa. A hunin faso. Say DN and the tobunacra say, hey, my country say, Coco, yes, asam way, want it. And to me express DN because say, instead sanka ye lose say no. Na DN not timia kasa epigenetics not timia kasa actually genes no. Untini a tighten P until we be our express no want it. All because of some amenacofa adianibi they are henano. And I say genetic information. A basanoa a quarano, ye betty me out, dear. But then I'm said dear and no anya express no. I told a beer whom dear. Not because you say a Koranu Hunadia, but dear and no yakwan express it if it's the man and Nadia and I time was I one. Your monitor to Randy Juttel, Duke University, 1970, no who's idea, no who's in Kura. Ninia pioneer, and so on so we are yet to fool. Zaka Mouse, or the internet is all I read more about it. Ninia pioneer and Cassessa is in 1 wire to phone, Watanya, heart attack in them, Watanya, diabetes. Ya dear Bia watching no. Where so bet me a level forever. Because it's a way in saying, or my name, mammy, wing, haha, maybe. The idea a tighten strand against the histone. It mean money lose kakra. Kuraway has been condemned to die. Nemanyana were the same problem. Now the certain is it call up to 4th generation. Uma oba one so money and ɛnam sɛ w'adeɛ no title yɛ no ɛtumi kɔfa up to 4th generation. Nti wo yɛde wokɔ school na woanhunu nkonta ɛnyɛ bi a nyɛ wo a wo problem ba wo grandmother or grandmother, and especially na ano wɔn yɛ research bi wɔ England that was interesting. Nkwara a wɔn maduro puberty na wɔn smoke no wɔn bia ne hɔ a yɛ matching yɛ. Those who started smoking earlier wɔn tumi develop adeɛ no a tighten genes no more. Sani America no up to 4th generation. And ne aduane a mmaa ɛwɔ afidie so bɛdiɛ no na ɛbɛdetermine wɔn mma ne wɔn grandchildren future as we go no bɛhunu. Wɔnom nso so ɛma wɔn wie vegetable baako pɛ bra wɔn maame yɛ nyinsa na wɔn no. And nti imagine no untighten message a epigenetics ne de imagine one more tea. Water bottles ya muhni water kintuano. So what do we to come neche na yeshia? BPA what plastic absorb consume na fanoma. Uchu mutain. Unyin say a bit ma tighten woody and aha. Not only woma but with grand and great children. Or acquire hodo bebre so time was until monitor to. Nkwara when have been condemned. If you say one ma minute day, American tuana or dema one koshe microwave from na plastic cannot dissolve ko on American no on me. One grandchildren you know will have that problem. Even a moje. Sir, a Gucci mouse, a Gucci near brown mouse, Randy Turtle name our demawon. One muninche, one munya all kinds of that yade. Now would prepare one to train them to run a maze, so I am not adding. And near one no ye and so far some vegetables. No yam de man could dear. One more offsprings in eye and tum instead say. And so now one on my many yet coconubia. A bois, and we are now more shade to say soybeans in soybeans in a bois. Emma, genetic information a year loose, Senia, Union Sena, this ania nibia. Or offsprings in a bit me at information, chance a better item to say. All vegetables. It was our ability to help the parents. Inkanka vegetable amoshi, mon no man ye basa say, a hurufa suka crevia no wajay. A metal donor, sana a fresh adian, ya a boa to losing the DNA strand around the histone. Sanha hamenina, inkanka kale, ya woy. A very powerful pa, ne broccoli. So batan say no offer beer, a bois pa one every yes, I broach the uncle, but you say Ghana ha mahodo pi or wha. Ya ye dear, it him a buan quaran, a very crucial. So young people are what tema conference. Ya one more plan say a bay pregnant, no, on mobile modern. And the vegetables are flower maybe and the quantity in the years to say genes in a control and quarano future and now you say and your genes namum and then your environment a year diania ma mini dear some metal donor yeah losing at the end one friend methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase now when you're free mam inkanka kale ya moshi. I am very rich with it. Meaning, say Ghana ha money be brave. It will be. Genes control our destiny. Epigenetics control the genes. Epigenetics na country genes and say koko ye say na ko ye say mani hunu konta ne papa hunu mani hunu musica yeah, na ne papa amoako ebono. And all of a sudden, amoako may near one much than abrochir hand ye comati me compose pa what me say. I want me amoakumba. Epigenetics and the catch agents in the say, called Yenisa. And now we know say vegetable the control epigenetics. No? And here Dianibia bata and bedia while she's pregnant, and then the baby determine the offspring and the kind of idea. The food that the mother eats during pregnancy controls the destiny of her children and her grandchildren and her great grandchildren. Important in Tinam Pessamede Sadi Ma Wana a childbearing age. And was it the DNA may load the gun? Genes may load the gun, but it is the mother that pulls the trigger. The anema many video while she's pregnant. It does so. Plant food, eating whole. So my minimum cigarette, it impacts on the baby. Vitamins offer impacts on the baby. Stressor offer affect the baby. No? And to know say what this stroke will be future it's an awesome thing. And then you say akwara won uyam kwara wate ne yakoso wo fie on tokwa na moko ne nyina nkwara na te ukọ abantena wonim wo dama wonim kanea wo ha wonim kasa mo kan nyina nti ye ba wo nkwara na wo ma adwene nyina ye program to speak the language parents you speak around the house ne ya hunu say wo akwara no a na wo de no to na maame kokoso na wo tie na maame heart a wo timi hunu say fear me ba mo de ma be hia nkonhia anasa wonum pema sam nyame na ye ne sa wo di moja 1 drop of soap mu a 2 miles away shark wo ho anu wo ye de ne hu ne ye epoka krakai 1 drop 2 miles away ntinkwara no so wonum tie maame heart ne nsema e kan nyina mama madun se be man ne ma bi bebre ne ma se wo fie Inkura one brain hoya will be a friend glucocorticoids. And on the tire control Inkura one behavior. Nti akurane maame wono. Na wo fa ni katra man o di twia akora no ho the first few days no a. Etimi change glucocorticoids na won brain no ma na be papa. The desilencing genes na kurana benya wuchira ne hwe ya wonhu no abeye basa basa. The fact is na ma me leke no de katra ma tafre no ho. Etini pepa ni nyina afiri ho. Akura so ane ma me wo no no wonke ni oja ankwara na ma wo nto ho. Wonum nyina wonum ye basa basa nkwa. The wonum pass it over to their offsprings. Senia motion. A Gucci mouse no so. Excuse me. So ne maame no ye yellow mouse no kura bi. Na wo treat akwara no yeah. O losing the desilencing the nyina. Na one pass it on to the next generation. Ti kwana ye faso treating ye ma makes a whole lot of difference. Na ye go and say ye bobo modern say ye be di nnuane a emma genetic strand and tighten P. The silence in because we studies in England for during puberty in Korao and Smoky, and they were able to pass that on to their offspring. One month in therefore, advice is say eat plant food to safeguard your generation. Send your future generation. You have no right. Some Simanumia medenti may say for the future. Inquire future depends on the near mammy dear and all my basa go on. The best thing I may say. Near my year saying, say, the cause of poor circulation. The cause in India a cause of uric acid and high blood pressure. Near Hununia betima boy and quara, do we have any reason say? yen course na yen practice. Mayen tienia opinion kwe kaya. I have made up my mind. They say, "Saya de we a bekumi medicine kuni." What me a home baby. No nya me moy. Yen fancy hana. Yen misa questions. Be actually not on this particular topic on sleep. The IT for the basic ha. But basically, no one here can say. A sort kura na ya na sa mental problem no. So for one doesn't know how to deal with his and children. A so pain for him how to handle it. But a bit here say a be prepared. Either way, be an mammy or yarebi. And so one match and say, "We love you in the family." And he said, "Draw crown at the mana, Timimana comply." More than say, "Ye big give them hope." Dr. Richard researching. In Kurabesi about the Wongu Ankrim, one almost swam for 15 minutes on drown away. But we ye one papa one. Now, did the same in Kuragu Ankrim, they were able to swim for 60 hours, day and night. Bobia and insurance. But on my own hope. So, by the year one, from 15 minutes to 60 hours. Yes, Ramwada, Sophia, ye woman, Sukua, ye woman, Ajuma, ye mad the people the hope. Never someone yadi. Yen fancy her. Nah. We were questioning Misa.
Doctor, thank you very much. Actual Obi question, Obi actual question waha. If I can't sleep because of the nature, if I can't sleep because of the nature of my work, can I take sleeping tablets?
No. Sleeping pill no, I am more harmful to the brain. Chance and will sleep a Koran. Over first sleeping pill now wada. But the damage to the brain is much, much worse. And now the deep sleep, you miss the REM sleep. The modern says, Ubenya tea be a herbs, to say be eucalyptus near the dana, and no you're more gentle, but sleeping pills will not help you much. Mama, me was there. What do you mean?
Pacho, I yet wonka. Yet wonka.
Be a bit broke, as I am. Be a free so.
Pacho, yet a pa. Sleeping tablets may causes more harm.
So, Passa would double modern doom canea what damn hunina, fisse. When in Huno canea per natural or say a deachin. Net homo, I timima unyanano. A flashy security. Oko dan you mrow the hohati, and so a bonsi, non sina cane as and yet, Ubin a boa sort of punon and answer. Ubin atane microphone on or ni fear born yuma. Wa ubianya unso na wani ate. If you say homo noa ema enyana no, I do a certain level of blood. But modern say ubetan kane ni na off. Now but drop the temperature wo for ma hukura de wa ya anya ne awutimi da kakra. Uhini hini mpoma na ye na akromfo mabu wa hini. Adi nkom che kanse manfra manu fampoma no mefa pono no enko. But so when lower the temperature, not yet regular sleep. Na jujuma na woya, ubefia did the same time, take a shower the same time, ye bribia in regularity. Now we say circadian rhythm watch na a wo moja mono, a better around. A wall system on the betting I tend to adjust it. Okay. The best time to sleep, yeah, Najo. That's engineer Najo, nobody may we are, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Pacho, Obi, what question? Pacho, Mima Mike Nakana.
Dog. Pacho, Yashi Nubi. Many of you dear Anajo. Now, be some question or person me na no Anajo na. Na mrebia meni kunwa
meyi na no ana metro ewo WhatsApp so mistakes nkoa na meye na me ba sorry da kuna mbisa da yi medu se saa de no ha me pa no se weni kuma da unyane a waye na me yes ano aboa me pa meni kum na me pese me da se me da na me dwene questions no ho de na e ba sa me story ekudware na fe bidum kanea na ma beto ho a mitimi da na ho ade achi a bibia me bia e ka no mrante no kasa yopo correct nko a ntime hu se ne ya wo ka no no kre edu se wo ye bia wo sua ade no ni kuma da wo da ma adwene no ho to na wo betimi wo memory betimi aye adwuma esene se ne a wo fo so esua ade ewo enikum me da se doc.
Thank you very much.
Edura nyimre na nankron ho na ye power team na ye brain ne ba ko the two microscope asia ye timi hunu se fluid was no ayira and na baby bi ho friend mitochondria, the energy producing granules no so ayira will be any baby ekro and to be sua de said de na jono you can retain it or you cannot encode it. Sanso konya good night sleep. So one to fufu and shawana and shawafu to chiana banku and shawafu and sana wakoda. Now koda on an empty stomach. Now a good night sleeper. But we say an opani take brain biopsy from the same area because it's tuning in our cell. Now it's functioning better. And the mitochondria and G White say early to bed, early to rise will make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. The Marcy.
Thank you very much. Any other question? Doc, please, how beneficial is nap?
All nuts in general, Nancy.
Yes.
Who can say be a peanuts and cashew nuts and Yame.
Napping, short sleeps during
the napping, NAP.
Yeah, NAP.
No two people have the same pattern. By Nkokorafone Merwane de Enam say entimin na jupi nunti. When you're 2 hours during the day, no, I fine. Binim so how when you're that 1 hour during the day, na jo basically there's nothing wrong with it. Depends on the circumstances and the health status. Find out what is good for you. But you need a minimum of 7 to 8 hours. And sana, Leo says, not to me for us, the clean your brains. And the union hear that.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Maybe such a nan say it made them an abrosana.
And also to me, broso. Now we shorten our life that way. So what we can say would the 10 hours a day, we be wound them, we be 6 years earlier than what but 7 to 8 hours a night, yeah, better.
Okay, Pacho, there's another question. Can I regulate my sleep pattern with the use of an alarm clock? Are there any associated demerits?
You can, so long as you get your 7 to 8 hours. Okay. With the alarm clock, we may enough sleep. You ought to be able to wake up refreshed without the alarm clock. But it depend on time or was. If you need to go there, you can regulate your sleep pattern. But so with the alarm clock, he hasn't had enough. When you enough sleep, no one he's better refreshed. But in circumstances, the time or woman call die. But that midnight in abundance, see now the alarm clock wahan. Your mama didn't say there will be some changes we fear from time or Mukoda.
Okay, thank you. Obisu Ebisa say can they get recorded versions of the
That's
past
always
two
on you.
lectures. Pacho say,
And Tiffy,
Pacho Teminka.
Metunka.
Yes. Please, is it possible to have the recorded version of the previous 2 days? If I can answer that, it's on YouTube. So you find it on Tema West Adventist YouTube channel. You find the previous lectures there, and you find today's onto and all the lectures upcoming. You can watch it there, and if you can download, you can download it from there. So that's the answer for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Tema West Adventist YouTube channel. Pacho, any other question? Your 5 minutes. Any other question concerning sleep? All that he said about DNA and all. Okay.
It was Bibri.
Pacho. Dr. Edawase, for today's lecture to Nyamin Shao na Oma Nyansa Bebre, so that tomorrow we'll meet here at Sumjemu. Thank you very much. And we'll call on our Elder Enyimedu to give us the closing prayer.
Yama musone ya mompai. Yambofo ya dawasi. And then so would dear maye, when I'm a course of the maye. Me who say, boy, I know the nance so I can't home. Now here. I was to do as he did that. The young sir, I guess a honey pedriano. Your name. To be a near near so. Mublims or high in him, and they win a more so as I can heap you. The chance of crying say, there would Dakram and a brosua. One fairness or tisso. And they are ma, Kaya met it. And to say a banner betty way in a restlessing a may boy, Namaya, dear, wait me dear disso. Yet me, a boy my young quandano, I yet intend. Enya odin so de asom wiye na fe ye de so abo afoforo na yatwe won abrewo urade enyimre esre ama wa ma doctor ye bo ahodin aso de akyerɛkyerɛ yen esre enye ye waka to ho ne futu ade amayen na ode ye adwuma nka ba bi anim fie dri ka bi a wonya ahodin emfa nye de wo yi yensua saa I saw you now who didn't say they were near be and for more with you. And you may ready if you were in my call. The best ray, your name fire and coffee. Nadia Yati in a young fanco yachuma. What chana may a sora or then soa at the Nasian a ye. It sounds so abuse or chana so. My young kai, they will be bifia. They into me camera. You miss your name fanca the any other day. It was sick. The NSA, yes, city among. Be our city among Yamibia. Yame, who found the Yodia, no man down. It was sick. The Wotia Empire. Be so winning now we use to him. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yamin Shai. Doc, thank you very much once again. Pamcho, before we leave, your one last announcement. Enra Mikase will be having the COVID vaccination here, Sabbath, 6th August, after church. Into Waonji first dose, Ubeji, second dose. Any Wawaji first and second dose also. Your booster, yes, Ubeji booster. Into Uba now the vaccination cards number with the Ghana card so akahon. na odi aba Sabbath nti mesrɛ mo everybody who are on GB mesrɛ mo pacho. Let's make it a point to take the vaccination as COVID is still around. And yet says that in the whole district. Nti wa mo share me online CV